Good evening, teachers and classmates. How is everyone doing today? That's great to hear. Today, I have the honor to present a very inspiring artist for me. But before I tell you his name, I hear you ever felt everything in your life was broken? Have you ever felt like your dreams were impossible to achieve? Um, Keep the feeling in your mind because the artist that presenting today they knows exactly how that feels. Today I'm going to talk about the Colombian and Christian pop singer Alex Campos. He was born in Bogota, Colombia, far away to Quito, Ecuador, and on September 1 of 1976, over the decade, he has become the famous Christian artist worldwide. His music now that is beautiful, positive message of fear, faith, love, and resilience. However, his life was the always of awards or concerts. Before he found a massive success and strongest a lot, he had experience of extreme poverty, the family abandonment, and a terrible illness that almost destroyed his career. Uh, in the next 30 minutes, I take you a journey through about this childhood, his incredible musical achievements, and the story behind the biggest miracle and the deep of meaning of this famous song. To start to the biography, uh, I I could to ask you what is the most important of your life. Let's start with the early life. As Campos grew up in a very difficult environment. He's the eldest of four brothers. When he has 12 years old, he great a tragedy happened in his life. Her parents divorced, and one parent left the family. Someone the normal life of the divorce, everything changed. Alex had a very difficult childhood because his family fell into the extreme poverty. He felt lonely, angry, and abandoned. Because he has an oldest brother, he felt impossible for his family, but he has only a child. During of this dark time, he found two things that saved his life: the good and his love for the music. When he was 40 years old, he started attending to a Christian church. There he learned to play to the recorder, and later the piano, but the passion of the guitar. He takes professional music lessons and practice the singer of himself. And when he was 17, he formed a band called Mission Vida. They played small churches and local events to Bogota, and people awesome. So his talented ability of these pop songs. Now let's talk about his career achievements. His career grew faster than anyone expected. After his lifetime, he has recorded 16 studio albums, almost to every country in Latin America. He has a performance on massive stadiums. They hold thousand of people, and he's highly respected in a music industry, right? Do you know that? Or the Angry or Grammys Awards, he was a winner, first of all, for a Christian album, the best, these awards for uh, the decade of the 220s. And besides being a singer, he also a successful writer. He was published several books, including a name called Poema promise of God. Today he lives to heavily with his life with Natalia Rodriguez, and he have two beautiful children, Juanita and Simon. He have been a poor, abandoned child in Bogota, and worldwide symbol of hope. Right? Now I'm going to talk about the singing the song. In this part, I'm nervous because I don't be a singer, but I try to get my best attempt, right? Uh, right, I start with a performance. Now I'm going to perform his famous song, a meaningful song. Of This is called Alta del Maestro. Please listen closely, and I hope to you can try the emotion in this melody, right? Um, okay, it start in 1, 2, 3. Thank you. Now I want to this to interactive. The chorus of this song is very powerful, and I want to us to sing it together. I have to put the lyrics to the chorus, and and I hope that you can follow me. Yes. eh, Al taller del maestro vengo, pues él me curará, me tomará entre sus brazos y cada herida sanará. Herramientas del maestro, mi alma él remendará, martillo en mano y mucho fuego, aunque me duela ayudará a conocerlo y entenderlo, a saber que nada merezco. Amar es más que un pretexto, es una entrega, es un negar, más de aquel sentimientos, esa decisión de amar. That's all. Thank you for singing with me. Now I need to explain the deep meaning of these lyrics because the story behind them is incredible. The song talks about the headline, hope, and the trusting a higher power. Uh, and it means when your life is completely broken. The singer has written this song uh, express a literal, physical, a miracle that happened in his own body, right? In the year 2002, before his career became truly massive, the artist had experienced this terrible health crisis. He had noticed that his voice was hurting every time he sang. And with the doctor, he had received the worst possible diagnostic of the singer. He had a tumor in his vocal cords. Do you imagine that? The doctors told him that tumor was severe, and they told him that he might never speak normal again and would definitely never sing again. He was devastated. He felt like his life and his dreams were all of the trash. But instead of giving up, he trusted in God. He metaphorically calls the master or the carpenter. He believed just the carpenter can take a broken piece of wood and fix it in with workshop. He could fix broken vocal cords. He rested a miracle. This tumor disappeared of these vocal cords. Let's analyze some important phrases on the lyrics. Right? The phrase number 1 that's called "Ay me duele" or "Oh it hurts." It's very important line. It shows the process of healing is not easily. When you fix something broken, it causes pain, and our standards are painful, but it is necessary, right? The second, the martillo and fuego, the hammer and the fire. These are two metaphors. The carpenter used hammer and the metal worker use fire to shape tools in life. Our problems are the hammer and the fire, the harassed and the shape our character. Aunque el proceso es muy duro, even though the process is very hard. This is the main message. Before writing this song, he had understood that passion is required. You cannot rush the miracle of the recovery. Uh, what is the personal connection? Okay, in this part I put some card. I conclude my presentation. I want to explain my personal connected with this song. Right? Uh, in my opinion, I choose Al Taller del Maestro because it has a universal message on resilience. You don't have to be a religious person to understand the feeling of the being broken. This song made me feel deeply peaceful and hopeful. As a student, we sometimes have a face incredible stress. Sometimes we fail. Sometimes we don't like we are not enough, and sometimes we have personal problems and have nobody else sees. However, I had a difficult problem, or sometimes I feel overwhelmed. Listening this song reminds me that that things will get better. Teaches me that it's hard the process, but even worship crying out. Every mistake we make, every pain that I have preparing us for a better, stronger future. That's all. Yes, thank you for much for this time, for your attention today. And if you have questions, um I am to placement to read us of the comments, please. Thank you, and for other opportunity.